Hello, and welcome to the second devlog of my newest Unity project, the World Simulation Project. In today's video we will focus on a better in-game camera, advance our world tile materials, and create rigid mountain ranges. There were several requirements for a new camera I listed in the Trello board. 1. It has to be limited by the world boundaries. 2. Its movement speed has to be changeable. For this, I took Space Engine as a model. Also, the maximum and minimum speed needs to be easy to adjust via the Unity editor. 3. If the camera speed changes, I want to get some feedback via an UI element. 4. It has to move smoothly, if I want it to. To achieve this fluent moving, the camera has a target position. Over time, the camera position is gradually changed towards this target position. Here you can see it in action. The faster the camera speed, the further away the target point. This results in higher speeds. The next big goal for today is to improve the world tile materials. First, I created a new shader graph, which will have adjustable parameters to determine which texture needs to be displayed. Right now, it's only one parameter, the height of the tile. You will see the final result of it at the end of the video. But now, we check out the third goal for today: rigid mountain ranges. Unfortunately, we cannot create them with our already existing standard noise. We have to process it with a new noise filter. Implementing this was not a big deal. What was fiddling around with the noise parameters. Here are some of my failed attempts. And here is the final result. As you can see, there are still gaps between some tiles, especially in steep mountain regions. But I think I will find a solution for them later. As a conclusion for this video, I want to show you the last major breakthrough I achieved. In the first devlog, I implemented the first iteration of the world generating system, which spawns and places the world tiles. In the meantime, it bloated into a little mess. A great feature of Unity's dots is the burst compiler, which compiles code into highly optimized native CPU code, which boosts performance by a lot. But this messy system was not compatible to the burst compiler, and I wasn't able to fix that. So I split this one system into 3. I just want to give you a brief insight. The first one instantiates the world tiles to a grid. The second one calculates their heights based on the Perlin noise algorithm. The third one sets the material overrides. All 3 are processed in sequence. I'm not exactly sure why, but only with these new smaller systems in place, without any burst compilation, the world already generates about twice as fast. I also found the problem with the burst incompatibility of the old system. It's the Perlin noise generator itself. But now I can burst compile at least the spawning system and the material system. With this, the world generating is about 4 times faster than before the refactoring. A nice side effect is that I could trigger a recalculation of the world in-game, for instance in any kind of main menu before starting a new game. And that was it for this devlog about the world simulation project. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe, of course. Thanks for watching and see you next time.